Check, just testing the sound, making sure we're going here. Looks like we are. And just getting the chat up and going. Let me know if you have a question that you'd like me to pose to ChatGPT.
So you think you know Wix, but do you really? First up, we've got Shake Video.
here again with a very svelte, very formidable favorite. The pressure of a lifetime of work comes down to a mere whisper of time in front of the world. He mounts with confidence. Deep breath, and bring it home.
Testing 1, 2. Testing. Testing 1, 2. Cade and Shan. I am on here shamelessly looking for help to build out my YouTube tonight now. It has been a successful TikTok lives recently, but given the looming TikTok ban, I really need to get my YouTube going. So I'm sitting here all by myself on YouTube, just waiting to see if someone else can join me here. I just would super really appreciate it if any of you here with me on TikTok could reach out and just help me build a little bit of that engagement on YouTube, so we can start growing that as an alternative to just having the TikTok channel. So yeah, now in the meantime, if we want to continue any of the interview with ChatGPT, I'm happy to continue that here too, although I don't have any more voice time to type in the questions, but I can do that. Like I say, I'm live here on YouTube right now. That's what you're looking at on the screen. If any of you are willing and able to jump on YouTube and find me with the same handle at Jasper on YouTube, I would be incredibly grateful to support and help. I know a lot of you are already following me on YouTube, but I need to get a little more going there. I think I've been live here on YouTube for about 20 minutes now, and as far as I can tell, we don't have anybody. Let's see. Oh no, they're by myself. If any of you do have any questions that you want me to pose to ChatGPT, happy to do it here. Still can do that, but the main purpose of me being live right now is to ask, beg, plead for your help. Hey Dallas, thanks for
Find
joining us.
affordable health insurance plans.
Drone talk, yeah, happy to
Lowest
have any
prices,
discussions about
easiest
drone,
process.
put any of those questions to
Get your free
ChatGPT.
quote now.
I know Dallas, you guys have been getting some sightings of some drones and orbs down there too, haven't you? Again, if any of you are willing and able to join me on YouTube live right now, I'd be most appreciative. We're actually streaming on both. I'm streaming on YouTube from my computer via OBS here, and I've got, of course, the TikTok live right now going just from my Thank you all for joining. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the follow comment. Thank you for the follows. And again, shamelessly looking for folks who can help me get my YouTube live going. Sitting here all by my lonesome on YouTube right now. Let's see, do we have any participants showing in there? I don't see any participants yet. Yeah, Dallas, have you seen any, spotted any drones down there yet? Let's ask ChatGPT. What does the news have to say about drones / UAPs in Dallas, Texas? Slow response time here right now. Anybody on YouTube with me yet? Either my OBS isn't telling me accurately who's on here with me, or I've still only got one with me on TikTok. So we got recent drone sighting from Dallas-Fort Worth area, particularly near military installations like the Naval Air Station Joint Reserve Base and White Settlement, have raised concerns among residents and authorities. These drones were observed flying over neighborhoods and restricted zones, prompting investigations by local police in collaboration with federal agencies. and intentions behind these drones remain unidentified. Additionally, some have reported seeing unusual lights in the sky, which were later identified as SpaceX's Starlink satellites passing over the region. Authorities advise the public to report any suspicious drone activity, especially near sensitive areas, to local law enforcement to ensure safety and compliance with federal aviation regulations. And again, on TikTok Live, here I'm working on my mobile device. A little bit harder for me to follow up and see the comments as well. So most of the sightings have been in Fort Worth, not in Dallas, huh? Thank you for the likes, everybody. Hey, look, I see a few people on here. Thank you, Tammy, for joining me on YouTube Live. Putting questions to ChatGPT here. Yay, we've got someone in YouTube Live with us too. Again, thank you all for your engagement here on TikTok. Just to get those who just joined, I'm here on TikTok Live right now, pleading for getting my YouTube channel built out a little bit by getting some of you on the live there. So you'll notice I'm not going to have my normal setup. I've just got the phone pointed at my screen because I'm actually streaming to YouTube. OBS on my screen. Thank you so much for all those likes. Terry, thank you for the feedback. We'll fix that. Let's just try taking that down. And about now, still sound way off in the distance. Hi, Seema. Thank you for joining me here. Hope I'm pronouncing your name okay. Thank you for the wave. And is that still coming in really quiet, Tammy? Okay, good. Try to make sure I'm managing to speak into the microphone. I may still need some audio tweaks for the YouTube streaming. But again, thank you all so much for getting on here with me on YouTube. Also, YouTube channel, thank you for asking. It's the same handle as my TikTok. It's at Gen Explorer, GenXplorer. So we're still on there. Center Life asks, yeah, I did do a video about NASA's advanced air mission. I'm not convinced that the advanced air mission. Yeah, I'm going to see if I can work on it here, Tammy. I'm not sure why it's so limited there. I don't suppose that's getting any better, is it? Let me know if that's better, Tammy. Yeah, I'm not real convinced that that NASA's advanced air mission in any way explains all of the drone sightings. I really don't think it does. I think that that type of thing I just can't see testing at night coming in off the ocean. There are just too many things not answered there. Simba. Oh, I get it. Okay, so Seema, you are Simba Talk. I got it. Thank you for joining me here. That's great. Okay, so what else do we have here in the chat? Is it true that Russia told his citizens to stay out of America? Actually, yes, I think that was confirmed by ChatGPT the other day. I'll ask it again here. Did Russia advise its citizens to stay away from the West or U.S. and to not travel there? Okay, we got ChatGPT working on that one. I know, Tammy, YouTube Live is just not as fun. I know I've got a little heart button here on my chat dialogue from OBS, but I don't know what it looks like on your end. I guess I had to try visiting some YouTube Lives more myself. All right, here's our answer about Russia's advice to its citizens. Yes, Russia has advised its citizens to avoid traveling to the United States, Canada, and certain European Union countries. This warning, issued by Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Maria Zakharova, cites the increasing confrontation in Russian-American relations, which she describes as, quote, teetering on the verge of rupture. She warns that trips to these countries, whether private or official, are fraught with serious risks, including the possibility of being, quote, hunted down by U.S. authorities. And ChatGPT cites Reuters as its source there. All right, what else do we have in the TikTok chat? Again, those of you on TikTok, I'm out here begging and pleading for help in building out my YouTube channel. So that's why you've got the phone pointed at the screen. We're on YouTube Live right now. My YouTube handle is the same as TikTok. It's at Gen Explorer, just like you see in the lower left down there, at Gen Explorer. So any of you who are willing and able to join me there, just because, like, seriously, I sat here on YouTube Live for 15, 20 minutes and with not a soul coming on there. Now, granted, there's a huge difference in my number of followers on YouTube compared to TikTok, but I've still got some. It's one of the frustrating things I find about the other platforms. I've just never found anything that gets the engagement and reach that TikTok does. And of course, that's thanks to all of you. Have I ever heard of Project Gateway? I think we asked about that before, but let me get some information on it. And Tammy, I'm going to give another try here on the YouTube side. I want to see if it's possible for me to get the music going without it being overpowering. Let me try just bringing it down real low. Let me know if that's okay or if it's overpowering us. Hey there, Teresa. Thank you for coming over from TikTok. Kelmar, thank you for joining. TikTok claiming the ISS got a pic of a UAP. Is that true? Let's take a look. Did the ISS capture a photo or video of a UAP? Thank you for the feedback there, Mark. That really helps. And Mark, thank you for joining me over here from TikTok. I can't, like, it's no small thing. When I express my gratitude for you guys joining me here, like, it is a huge deal because there's no way I could be getting my YouTube account going here too without your help. It's a ghost town on YouTube without bringing over the engagement. So you guys are absolutely awesome. Let's see what else we've got here in the comments. Again, I'm a little slower keeping up. Oh, and what did we get on our answer here? Okay, so first, Project Gateway. We had a question about Project Gateway. Refers to the CIA's investigation into the Gateway process. Oh yeah, technique developed by the Monroe Institute aimed at expanding human consciousness and exploring non-physical realities. Yeah, this included the remote viewing, right? Yeah, whole thing declassified. Oh, and here we go. Okay, question on the ISS UAP picture. Yes, there have been instances where the International Space Station has captured footage of unidentified aerial phenomena. For example, in August 2020, Russian cosmonaut Ivan Wagner recorded a video of the Aurora Australis from the ISS, during which multiple unidentified objects appeared in the frame. These objects were observed flying in a formation before disappearing. Wagner shared the footage on social media, and it was subsequently analyzed by experts. Additionally, there have been other occasions where live feeds from the ISS have shown unidentified objects. In some cases, these feeds were reportedly interrupted after the objects appeared, leading to various speculations. It's important to note that while such footage is intriguing, many of these sightings have plausible explanations, such as space debris, satellites, or camera anomalies, right? Well, at least we got some confirmation there. Oh my gosh, thank you guys for being here. So, yeah, we've got 4 of you over on the YouTube side with me. Thank you so much. Anyone else on the TikTok side who's willing to come join us here on YouTube, that would be greatly appreciated. Even if just for a moment, just to help build up the traffic on that, so that my YouTube account is starting to expand, just in case we need it in the event of a the TikTok ban going through. Remember, we've got the January 10th date that Supreme Court is hearing arguments about the TikTok case. That's not the full hearing. I don't think that's just where they are going to hear a few hours so that they are able to make a determination about whether they do something to put a stay in place on the enforcement, the January 19th enforcement of the TikTok ban. All right, jumping down to the comments again. Center Life says so this is on the ISS UAPs, came up, slowed down, and then zoomed off into infinity. Sounds about right. Yeah, well, Center Life, it does look like ChatGPT had no problem telling us about the Gateway project. Cindy asks, will Russia bomb us? We can just put that question into chat and see what it says. And so what do we get there? The likelihood of Russia launching a direct attack, such as bombing the U.S., is extremely low. Both nations possess significant nuclear capabilities, and such an action would likely trigger mutually assured destruction. You know, the thing I was thinking about this the other day when there was all the talk about, and Mark, am I on X? I think I've still got an account, but I know I don't post to X. However, I am on Blue Sky. And you can find me on Blue Sky, again, same handle, @GenExplorer. But yeah, my thought on this idea about Russia attacking us was that mutual assured destruction, they're not going to overtly attack us. But as we were talking about the possibility that these drones were looking for some nuclear or radiological device snuck into the country, that's where I get concerned about an attack that is more of a an ambiguous attack, an attack that is intentionally unclear about who it's coming from. Because if it's in any way unclear of who it's coming from, mutual assured destruction doesn't work anymore because you can't strike back. Again, those of you on TikTok, thank you for being here. The purpose of this live is mainly to beg and plead for your help in getting my YouTube account going by joining me over on YouTube Live right now. That's what you're watching on the screen is my YouTube Live. Not a Skinwalker asks, so what do we think this is? Are you asking about the drones? My handle on YouTube, Michelle, is @GenExplorer. It's the same handle as on TikTok. So still just @GenExplorer, like you see right here. In fact, I think you should be able to just type yeah, that'll get you straight there. You just go to youtube.com/@GenExplorer. I don't have as many of my videos posted on YouTube yet, but I do have a lot of them. And like I say, YouTube is my backup plan. If the TikTok ban goes into effect, that's where you're going to find me. All right. And back to the comments. We did ask, so in the last live, I did ask what the internal threat was, and that's when it backtracked and said there was no evidence of an internal threat. Yeah, it did. It managed to say that the threat, that yes, there was an internal threat when we cornered it and put constraints on it using code words for yes and no. But once we took it back out of that, it went back to speaking safely. If that's what you're asking about, not a Skinwalker, if you're asking about them, what they're looking for, I don't know, but the thing that seems to make the most sense, if they are all government drones, U.S. government drones that are being operated to find something, to me the thing that makes the most sense is that they're looking for some type of a nuclear or radiological device. And look, I'm trying to catch up on the YouTube comments. Mark asks, do you believe the orbs everywhere are from heaven? They're saying it's angels. Personally, no. No, that's not my thought. And all I can really say is that I have an open mind about what the orbs are. I know there are many voices out there who want us to believe that they're simply unfocused lenses looking at things, stars like Sirius or lights of distant planes. That's something I really kind of want to get out with my camera and test that theory out and see if I can make a distant light look like the images we're seeing of orbs. I think some of those really great images we've seen of zoomed in on orbs with a telescope, the amount of detail we see in them, it really doesn't seem to me like we're looking at just some unfocused light source. Seema, it may be that yes, we're being distracted. It also may be, I've heard the theories put forward that maybe the drone hype is being created so that we can increase our laws about handling drones. That would be an interesting approach if it was. It seems like an awfully dangerous approach for any government to take to stir up public fear in order to accomplish policy goals. I'd be really shocked if that was it. Now, if it's somebody else trying to distract us, that's maybe a different story. Thank you guys for the likes. And I apologize. I know this live isn't as good as even what my other ones have been, because I don't have the video quality here, and I'm not able to keep up on the comments quite as well. But just know this is self-serving. I'm looking for the help getting you guys over to YouTube with me, and I appreciate you guys tolerating it. Warner von Braun, what's the question here? Elon's brother Kimball does own a drone entertainment company. You guys will see that I did a video about him. As far as a connection between that and the kind of drones, the kind of large, as they're saying, SUV-sized drones that are being reported, while I know that there's a lot of crossover in the technology, those are very different types of drones, extremely different types of drones. I mean, entertainment drones are made to fly for a somewhat limited amount of time. They're small. Their main purpose is to carry one light so that they can form grids and patterns in the sky. That's not the kind of drones that have been seen in New York and New Jersey. Arxhaxis asks, do you know what synthesized data they're using to train AI? How does that work? Let's get some information from ChatGPT on that. Can you inform my live viewers about your training? What kind of data? How is it synthesized? All right, so ChatGPT says, sure, I've been trained on a vast data set of text, which includes books, articles, websites, and other publicly available information up until late 2023. This data was synthesized through advanced machine learning techniques, allowing me to recognize patterns, understand context, and generate coherent responses. Now, I want to highlight, because one of the frequent questions that I get about AI is, how does it know about current events? It actually can go live on the internet now and search things. So you'll hear me sometimes when I prompt it, specifically telling it that I do want it to go out and get current information. Sometimes the answers it gives you will just be based on its training data. But if you want it to talk about what was on the news today, it's got to go search and find it. So my training included diverse content covering topics like science, history, technology, and culture. I analyze relationships between words and concepts to provide accurate and relevant answers. My responses combine facts and insights based on probabilities, context, and linguistic patterns from the training data. I don't have real-time internet access unless prompted to search for specific updates, and I prioritize clarity, accuracy, and helpfulness in my answers. Okay, so Cindy asks, should opioids be banned in healthcare pain management? And I'll just share my opinion on that. Having had loved ones go through really difficult times and experiences, I don't think it should. But maybe, I don't know. Maybe there are better things than opioids. Opioids should not be entirely banned in healthcare pain management because they are effective for severe pain, such as post-surgical or cancer-related pain. However, their use should be tightly regulated with emphasis on alternatives, education, and monitoring to reduce risks of addiction and misuse. Yeah, I thought our discussion, Michael, about billionaires namely the 2 points. I think that was the one I wanted to dig out about the 49-minute mark of the earlier live, was the point about basically that given recent events, Elon Musk does meet the definition of an oligarch, given his influence on our politics. And then the other thing was just highlighting that disparity between the effective tax rate for our billionaires compared to our middle income earners. And comparing that tax rate to what it was in the 60s and 70s. What many would argue, in terms of at least infrastructure and government services, was more of a golden era of the American age. Oh, I see your comment on YouTube. There's a different female creator with the same name. That is part of the problem. I wonder, is her name? There must be a different spelling. But I'll have to take a look here. I think I saw a Jen instead of Gen. I think I saw a Gen Explorer spelled with a J. Yeah, when I just do a straight up search, I do see me coming up first there if you spell it with a GenXplorer. But I'm willing to bet if you just change that to a J. Yeah, I see a female creator with a Gen Explorer name. Tammy and Teresa, thank you for sticking with me on YouTube. Again, just having you guys on there and having the engagement on the YouTube channel is going to help with my metrics on YouTube and help that account grow. There's a pretty big difference. I'm right around, I think, just under 23,000 subscribers or followers on TikTok, and by comparison on YouTube, I think I'm sitting at 300. Oh, thanks to you guys, I went to 305 tonight. That's 10 more, so that's pretty awesome. Is war on opioids a civil war? That's an interesting question, Cindy. We'll let ChatGPT answer that one too. Thank you for the likes, guys. Disneyac, thank you for trying. Yeah, I don't think I have an easy way of dropping into the chat here. Let's see. I'm going to try just dropping the link into the chat. There we go. Yeah, maybe that'll make it a little bit easier for any of you just trying to pop over. Even if you just pop in for a moment on YouTube, I'm sure that's going to help. Really glad you found me, Tammy. All right, what else we got here? Going back to the comments. Yes, Elon Musk is a naturalized U.S. citizen. I think he became naturalized in 2002. Yeah, I see your comment there, Tammy. Do you find that the Norco helps? Helps you have a little bit of a normal life. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. There are a lot of negatives to opioids, but in many cases, it's the best thing we have, and pain can take away every bit of one's will to live. No ads, thank you. There we go. Hey, thanks for the follow. There we go. Again, thank you to the three of you who've come over and joined me on YouTube. I know there were a few more. It's okay even if you just pop in for a minute. It's really helpful. Any more questions anybody wants me to put to ChatGPT right now? Yeah, I agree with you, Disneyac. It's just not, none of these other platforms do for us what TikTok does. How long before the ban, CV? Well, we may only have until January 19th, but the Supreme Court is hearing some arguments on January 10th that may lead them to put some kind of a stay in place to postpone the TikTok ban. And of course, our incoming chief executive has expressed some support for TikTok, so he may try to step in and do something. But yeah, I'm with you, and I need TikTok to not go away. Oh, Seema, did I miss your question? Oh, would I read Project 2025 and tell us whether it's been aimed towards our well-being or it only protects a certain class of people in the U.S.? I will put that question to ChatGPT. I know I'm extremely opinionated on it. So please review Project 2025 and answer Seema's question. Is it being aimed towards our well-being, or does it only protect a certain class of people in the U.S.? All right. This is a good one. I'm actually I want to stop the music for this one for a minute. Because I think that ChatGPT is likely to be pretty clear on this, and I want everyone to be able to see this answer. Still working on it here. Unresponsive. No. Don't do that. We're waiting. Come on. Are we going to have to ask our question again? There it comes. Project 2025 is a comprehensive policy agenda developed by the Heritage Foundation, a prominent conservative think tank in collaboration with over 100 conservative organizations. The initiative aims to provide a detailed blueprint for a future conservative administration to implement significant changes across various sectors of the U.S. government and society. The plan proposes a substantial reorganization of federal agencies to align with conservative principles. This includes increasing political appointees in departments like the Justice Department and reassigning government workers to focus on issues such as illegal immigration. Project 2025 outlines policies aimed at reshaping societal norms, particularly concerning women's reproductive health and LGBTQ+ rights. It advocates for defining life as beginning at conception, restricting access to abortion and certain contraceptives, and dismantling diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. The initiative suggests significant changes to the education system, including the potential abolition of the Department of Education and promoting alternatives to public schooling. Project 2025 expresses skepticism toward current climate change policies and proposes rolling back regulations aimed at addressing environmental issues. The agenda emphasizes consolidating executive authority to implement these changes effectively, suggesting a more centralized approach to government. Centralized, authoritarian. While former President Donald Trump has publicly distanced himself from Project 2025, there is a notable overlap between the project's proposals and his stated policy goals. Many individuals involved in drafting Project 2025 previously served in the Trump administration, indicating a potential alignment in future policy directions. Critics of Project 2025 argue that its implementation could lead to significant rollbacks of civil liberties, reproductive rights, and environmental protections, fundamentally altering the landscape of American governance and society and sending us back into the dark ages. Last part was me, not ChatGPT. So sorry, that was a long tirade there. Yeah, centralized equals no balance of powers. Absolutely. Did Elon Musk make a comment before the election about watching for the drones? If you're right about that, that's concerning. Good night, Tammy. Thanks for joining us again. All right, ChatGPT, where's our answer on that one? We're still waiting, but I think it's going to come. The last one tried to time out on us. There we go. In the aftermath of the 2024 U.S. presidential election, several conspiracy theories emerged, falsely alleging that Elon Musk's Starlink satellite internet service was used to manipulate vote counts in favor of President-elect Donald Trump. These claims have been thoroughly debunked by election officials and credible news organizations. That's not what we asked about. That doesn't answer what I asked. I asked if he made a public comment about Telmar, Seema, Teresa, thank you for sticking with me on YouTube. All right, waiting on that ChatGPT answer again. Yeah, it's trying to time out on us. All right. So it finally answered. Elon Musk has recently expressed strong opinions about the future of aerial combat, advocating for the replacement of manned fighter jets like the F-35 with AI-controlled drones. In a series of posts on X, he criticized the continued development of manned aircraft, stating, quote, "Meanwhile, some idiots are still building manned fighter jets like the F-35. Musk's comments have sparked discussions about the evolving nature of military technology and the potential role of autonomous systems in future conflicts. However, there's no public record of him specifically advising people to, quote, watch for the drones. I love ChatGPT's ability to not only give me answers, but tell me where it got those answers. Notice the citations. Yeah, ChatGPT too often is being tactful. Can you be less tactful? I kind of want to know the answer to that. I wonder what bogged it down. I wonder if it's I wonder if YouTube streaming is it's probably taking up a lot more bandwidth, because I'm probably doing it at a higher video quality than TikTok. Ooh. It says, sure, it'll be less tactful. Okay, what's the next question we want to ask it then? Looking for comments. Oh, hey, Doris, thanks for joining us. I think Project 25 will be like rules on opioids. Sounds good, but can be used as a weapon. I agree with that completely, except for the sounds good part. Personally, I think it all sounds all bad. And I don't expect everyone to agree with me on that. But I for one am a fan of checks and balances. I don't like the idea of having an executive with unchecked power. And I don't like the idea of taking rights away from segments of our population. And I don't like the idea of aligning our government with a particular religious viewpoint. Okay, guys. I think you guys have been of a huge help getting YouTube going here tonight. It is late. I think I'm going to go ahead and get it wrapped up. So signing off for the night. I am going to keep getting on TikTok Live, going for every night. I should be on between 9 and 9:30 p.m. But I'm also going to start trying to then jump on to YouTube Live here too. I agree, Kelmar. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you for following. Thank you for subscribing. And thank you for fighting the good fight. Being good humanists out there.